let's just understand a little bit more about, your overall experience and the kind of profile you have.
Yeah, thanks for the time. So I'm basically a part of the investment banking ex Credit Suisse, Merrill Lynch, and currently part of SKN Ventures, which is a 350 odd $1 million investment part of the UK, and total investment portfolio of 750 million across US, UK, and India. Currently, I'm interested into the Indian startup ecosystem, and we are running heavily into few startups like Donjo, and there are a few more startups like. Texra and few other companies which are really interested and putting some investment currently. And we're looking into that. Yeah.
So give us a sense then, given that you spoke about, some of these, startups, just give us a sense as to how things are shaping up with Dunzo, for example, because we have seen, some amount of layoffs as well that the company has undertaken, etc. What's your view on how you're looking at things, at the overall business dynamics shaping up, and how you see things progressing?
Okay. So first of all, in India, the ecosystem is building up. Earlier, it used to be mostly the Chinese and US investment. Now, the current Indian investors, like the large corporate house, be it from Tata, Birla, or Ambani's, and maybe the startup ecosystem is coming up very heavily into India. So now we are not dependent on the Chinese investment. We are dependent on our own ecosystem. So it's coming very nicely. Regarding the layoffs, it's a part of the startup ecosystem when they're growing themselves, when they're starting to make their own, the agility of the system. They're building something like this. Otherwise, it is growing up very fast, and which includes from large, small, and medium enterprise, and also all sort of investment from green energy to electric vehicles to healthcare, many part, and also gaming, and all based on AI to start with. We are going there much faster.
Given the fact that we've seen a phenomenal digital transition as well in the country, give us a sense as to how important you think it is for companies to leverage technology in their businesses, and a little bit more about India's position taking the lead when it comes to being at the forefront of the digital era.
Recently, you can see that post G20, India is into a different ecosystem. We are everywhere. We are part of the global platform. Lots of Indian entrepreneurs, especially from the Ivy Leagues from across India, across globe, they are part of the investment banking and investments. And what we foresee is very simple. Like as I told you very clearly, India's products are going global. Recently, the Apple iPhone launch, which is going across, made in India Apple iPhones, be it anything, be it electric vehicles, be it hydrogen fuel, be it the batteries, the lithiums, in all those, all the ecosystem is coming in line with it. And we are not only me and many of my fellow alumnus. Basically, I'm from Harvard, so most of the Harvard alumni, or maybe in IITs and all, many are putting their effort to make a green and better India. And post G20, it's part of the PMO's vision also and country's vision also. Lots of things are coming up in the pipeline. It's coming very strongly. I can see a strong growth.
What about the funding winter for startups that we've seen? Do you believe that has put, for a to a great extent, do you think that will sort of weed out the boys, the men from the boys, and that we will see an overall churn within the entire startup space?
Definitely. See, you need to look at startup is no more a startup. Earlier, it used to be more towards the India and India. Now, India is producing product which is growing across global. So currently, SKN is putting around about 450 odd $1 million across this current financial year to next financial year. And not only us, there are many companies. As I told you, we are no more dependent on Chinese economy, which could be Ant Capital, which could be other thing. Now the lots of Indian startups is coming, lots of Indian investment company, and it's going in a very, very smooth and very linear way. It's very, very smooth the way it's going. Yeah.
Okay. What's the outlook in terms of job skilling, within the overall startup space? How are you looking at, a lot of these, the gig economy really shaping up? What's your outlook in terms of how we're looking at the overall jobs market? What skills are currently relevant?
Yeah, so of course, the three relevant skills as of now is most towards the AI and the deep learning, machine learnings, and other things. So if you look at it, the whole perspective, we are looking into lots of growth in terms of IT, not as a IT as in only the service delivery, but it's more towards, as I told you, at the baseline is AI, deep learning, and lots of bigger companies and smaller companies and mid-sized companies hiring in India. So HR is, human capital is a big, and as such, India is a huge capital to the IT ecosystem. So we are seeing lots of growth across IT and non-IT as well, like manufacturing, retail. Also, we are seeing lots of growth across AI and other platforms.
Which sectors do you believe look promising when it comes to the overall startup space? Some that you've invested in, if you could just highlight for us some of the companies.
Currently, we are interested more towards the healthcare, then the gaming, and then more towards the green energy, which is your biopetrol and all sort of things. Now, in India, is a huge potential in terms of green energy, and not only the bigger player, the mid-sized players is coming, and which includes, maybe producing equipments to various automobile manufacturers in the electric vehicle, or maybe an electronics auto systems to the various different sectors. And I foresee, and currently as a part of SKNs, we are investing heavily in healthcare and as I told, the green energy, and the baseline is AI and the deep learning. So we are looking into the technology based platforms to grow, and when the fund is not an issue and we are growing across, and post G20 India is in the global platform, so we are looking at the larger picture right now.